Hello, everyone. This is James Song here. Great to see you. Thanks for coming back to my video. Today, we have a speaking section prepared for you. Specifically, we will be covering question 3 of the speaking section of the TOEFL test. So as you can see on the screen, question 3, we need to summarize, make notes on reading passage within 45 seconds. So you need to practice a lot and see how much you can do, how well you can do in 45 seconds, because after 45 seconds, when you go to the real TOEFL test, you will not be able to see the reading passage again, okay? And then we'll listen to a passage, make notes, and then we put it all together and give our final answer for 60 seconds after preparing it for 30 seconds, okay? So that's question 3. Today, I'll show you how I do this real time in 45 seconds. So maybe you can watch how I do it, or you can do it with me and maybe compare yourself, okay? So let's summarize the reading passage. We only have 45 seconds. Let's go. Okay, so that's how I have done it, okay? So let's read and match them up, how I summarize the reading passage. Emotional intelligence. We often think of human intelligence as the mental ability to analyze and understand complex ideas. So we need to define what emotional intelligence is. We almost have to come up with a terminology, definition. So we don't need that. However, many psychologists believe that there is different type of intelligence called emotional intelligence. Okay, what is this? Tell me, what is this? So I will be super concentrating this sentence, because probably, hopefully, it will be definition. The third sentence is a definition of emotional intelligence. People with emotional intelligence, okay, so people who have emotional intelligence have ability to recognize their true feelings and understand what is causing them. Okay, so people with emotional intelligence have ability to recognize their true feelings and understand what is causing them. So this means emotional, yeah, you can say something like this. People with emotional intelligence, that's fine. But the better summary of emotional intelligence as a definition would be emotional intelligence is for people to have ability, or is an ability to recognize their own true feeling, their true feeling, and understand what is causing them. Okay, so this part is the main idea, of course. And if you really struggle and you really feel you don't have a chance or enough time to do this part, as I say in every video that I cover question 3, just focus on this, or write this in full. In most extreme case, you could even practice to write this sentence in full okay? And the rest, read it, but, just stress less, like don't need to write down anything. Just try to remember 2 reasons or 2 things, 2 details about this definition. But, don't stress about writing it down. If you feel that you are unable, or you rather just focus on main idea or sentence as a whole, because you need to paraphrase or say this in your speaking answer to get the full score. So just focus on this 100%. That can be a strategy in terms of the notes, right? So I'm ready, because even if I don't have a passage, I can summarize emotional intelligence, right? I can say emotional intelligence is for people to have ability to recognize their own true feeling and understand what is causing them. So I'm done. And if you get really good with a lot of practice, you can read and remember or write the details down, because the listening passage is about these 2 points. So if you master this, it's going to be a huge help, as I always say, because listening passage will be about these 2 points. Okay, so let's go. Disability, emotional intelligence, enables people to better control their emotional response. So because I know my true feeling and I know the cause, I can control my response. I don't make overly emotional or overly negative emotional response, or, I'm not going to make like a mistake in my response, right? So this ability, understand their own feeling, enables people to better control their emotional response. So that means change or correct your response whenever necessary. Okay, so you can change or correct them. And emotional intelligence helps people to behave appropriately. So you behave appropriately, you behave in a right manner in social situations with other people. So you have a better relationship with others. Okay? Yeah. So I don't need to say this part in my speaking answer, but if I look at my own notes to make a full sentence, I would say something like, emotional intelligence is for people to have ability to recognize their true feelings and understand what is causing them. So it can help people to control their responses. This means change or even correct your response as necessary. And second, you can behave appropriately in social situations to maintain or improve relationship with other people. So I know I'm done, right? Reading part completed, done and dusted. Okay, so let's move to the listening passage and have a listen to them and make good notes real time. Let's go.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a psychology class.
So here's an example. My daughter had a friend over to our house recently, and they decided to watch a movie together. Only they got into an argument because they couldn't agree on what movie to watch. My daughter started to get quite upset during the argument, which wasn't like her at all. But then my daughter stopped and thought about why she was so upset. She realized her reaction was inappropriate, and she also realized she wasn't really upset with her friend. There was something else bothering her. You see, she had just gotten this summer job as a camp counselor for children, and she was feeling a lot of worry and stress about how well she would do since she'd never worked with children before. So she figured out that she wasn't upset about what movie to watch with her friend, but about starting her new job. She really wanted it to go well. She wanted the kids to like her. And when she understood this, she stopped arguing with her friend and apologized to her. She told her friend how anxious she felt about starting the job and how sorry she was about getting upset with her. And her friend encouraged her, saying she'd do great at the job. So my daughter felt better, and they relaxed and had fun together, the same as always.
Okay, so that's a note taking. All right. So the professor's daughter, professor gives an example of his daughter, right? So his daughter brought the friend over. Bring someone over means invite someone over to their house, his or her house. Okay, so brought the friend over to her house, the daughter, to watch a movie together. But they got into argument about which movie to watch. Like they couldn't agree with each other. So there was disagreement. And the daughter got quite upset about it, like, which was not like her. But, rather than like arguing in a positive mood, the professor's daughter got quite upset, right? Which was not like her usually. So she, the daughter, thought emotional intelligence. She's the one who has emotional intelligence. So she thought about why she was so upset, right? And she realized, because she's the one with emotional intelligence, right? She realized her reaction, so being very upset about this disagreement, this argument about which movie to watch, her reaction, remember the reading passage? Her reaction was not right, was inappropriate. She reacted wrongly. So that's understanding their true feeling and what causes it, okay? And she realized the cause is she wasn't upset with her friend. She wasn't, okay? She was upset because of the summer job she will have to do during the summer soon, right? As a camp counselor working with children. So she was like really worried about this summer job and how well she's going to do it, right? So the real cause was not the movie or not the friends, not the disagreement. The cause of being upset was because she was worried about her summer job. So summer job was the real cause, not her friends or not the movie choice. Next paragraph. So this is kind of like a setup, introductory. Here to here is kind of body one, body paragraph one. And this is kind of body two, isn't it? Right? Like we need to be able to identify that if possible, to summarize more effectively, right? So she stopped arguing. And what did she do? She responded with, she changed and corrected her action to more appropriate one. What did she do? She apologized to her friend. Okay, she apologized and say, look, I'm sorry, right? And then I'm not going to say it like this in my own answer. I'm not going to say like, told the real reason. That's fine. But, like audio was quite fast and it was like moving on to the next part and I didn't want to miss it. So, I'm going to briefly say, it wasn't about her. It was because I was worried about the summer job. I'm sorry. Okay. Very briefly. Or, I might say, because we already said it like once or twice. So I guess it's a summary. So to be effective, I could say, the professor's daughter, she told her the real reasons, right? That she's worried about the summer job as a camp counselor. Okay. And then it finishes this way. So summarize this in one sentence or two max. Okay. And after hearing that, her friend encouraged her that, you know, she's going to do a good job to make her feel better. I don't know whether I have time to say this or not, but, you know, I heard it, so quickly wrote it down. And after all that, you know, they relaxed and had fun together. Like always, like other times, like usual. Yeah. So let me go through it again, almost like giving the full answer. So, okay, let me just show you how I prepare. That would do the job, kind of, wouldn't it? So emotional intelligence, ability to recognize true feeling and understand the cause. So the daughter brought the friend over, argued about which movie to watch, really upset. But the real reason was she was worried about the summer job, not the friend. So she apologized to her and she said, it's okay, you'll do great. Then she felt better and they had fun. Something like this, right? And then we need to practice making the full sentences like a good answer many times. The real key, guys, for improvement is doing the same question from scratch, from the beginning, like you haven't done it before, even you did it twice or three times. Trying to do the same question again, record your answer, go through the process, like taking a real test, like you are doing it for the first time, you know, like minimum for significant improvement to come, you know, you should do the same question again, maybe minimum 3 times to 5 times at least, okay? It wasn't uncommon for some of my excellent students to practice the same question about 10 times from the scratch, like you haven't done it before, every single time, and recorded the answer every time. So they recorded 10 answers and go through the reading passage, listening summarization, preparation time, saying out loud, and 1 minute answer. They did it 10 times. And those students, my students, most of them, not all, most of them got, you know, if not 30 out of 30, many 28, you know, some 27, some 26, some 29. Yeah, so that's recipe for success. Okay, so let's go through the answer and finish this question, shall we? Let's go. 1 minute. Emotional intelligence is the ability for people to recognize their true feelings and understand what is causing them. Professor in the lecture illustrates the concept of emotional intelligence by giving an example. Professor's daughter had a friend over to watch a movie together, but they got into an argument about which movie to watch, and the professor's daughter got really upset about it. However, she realized that her action was inappropriate because she was not upset with a friend. Actually, she was upset and worried about her summer job as a camp counselor that is coming up. So she apologized to her friend by saying she was not upset with her, but she was really anxious and worried about her summer job. After hearing this, her friend encouraged her that she would do great at her job. After that, they relaxed and had fun together, as always. So something like this, guys, something like this. I mean, you know, not like every answer that gets perfect score must be like this answer word for word. Of course not. Okay, I'm not saying that, but one of the model answers, you can use or decide to memorize. Okay. If you memorize about 10 answers, right? 10 tests, you will see the structure that you can explain or you cannot quite explain, but you get used to the right flow in terms of contents, structure, and delivery. If you memorize about 10 answers, okay? So if you work hard and practice, you definitely get the reward. So here we have it. There you go. So that's question 3 for this speaking set. And thank you for watching. As always, I really appreciate you have chosen to study with me. I don't take that lightly. And I'll see you in my next video. Okay? Thank you, guys. Until next time. Goodbye.